Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. Since the final patch from Feral Interactive, Rome Total War Remastered has seen a surge in absolutely brilliant mods. From Lord of the Rings mods like Beleriand to medieval mods like Chivalry Remastered, if there was ever a time to pick up this game, it is definitely now. But in today's video, I'm going to showcase the latest update to one of the most ambitious mod projects for the game. Imperium Surrectum is a combined effort from a great team of experienced developers, and update 0.4, which released a few weeks ago, adds over 10 new factions, 20 new regions, loads of new cultures, and much more. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite mods of any Total War game, and with the quality of work that's going into unit details, faction variety, and campaign mechanics, it's got a very bright future ahead. I promise that by the end of this video, you will have no choice but to get Rome Remastered if you haven't already, and try out this fantastic mod. So let's get started. Imperium Surrectum already comes with lots of new factions, regions, and cultures, battle rebalancing, new units, and more, but with update 0.4, everything has been kicked up a notch, and I have really been enjoying it. We've gone from 17 playable factions to a whopping 28. We've got 22 new regions across the entire map, from the Germanic lands to Mesopotamia, and we've got new buildings, new rebel town faction types and AI behaviors, new battle rebalancing, and a lot more, all to make the mod more challenging, more engaging, and a lot more fun. Of the 11 new playable factions, there's a pretty big focus on the Greek kingdoms, with the Achaean, Boeotian, and Aetolian leagues, Athens, Epirus, and Rhodes, as well as Syracuse, Bactria, Saka, Massilia, and Kyrene. They all come with great starting rosters, though I do imagine more units will get added with time, and some very cool starting positions, especially in the Greek regions where there are some serious opportunities for Total War. One of the best changes to unit rosters overall, though, is for the Suebians up north in the lands of the Germanics. These guys are kind of alone and surrounded by some pretty strong rebel towns, but through some smart expansion and city management, you can easily start creating a Germanic empire and getting access to some awesome looking units. While the focus clearly has been on the Greek world for now, with lots of new playable factions there, loads of new regions and cities, I think this area of the map is a great indication for what's to come for the rest of the mod, with all these independent free towns eventually to be replaced with proper unique factions like the Marcomanni, the Aridae, or Tillus. And that's what excites me so much about this mod and its future, because the Greek regions are seriously well done, and the playable factions there are very unique and a lot of fun, and it's just going to be expanded out even more to the rest of the map here. From a campaign perspective, city management especially has seen some really interesting changes. You can now enact martial law or pacification in your towns, so in the event that public order is out of control and you're going through some civil revolt, you can now use martial law to essentially force a plus 50% public order on the people here. But it does come at a great economic cost, the worst of which is a minus 10% tax income faction-wide, which is absolutely huge. To give you an example, I realized a couple turns after capturing a town as the Suebi that it had martial law enacted already. So when I canceled it, I got an income boost from 2,000 per turn to 7,000 per turn. It was absolutely massive. But one of my favorite changes to city management is the annexation building, which basically means that when you capture a new city, you can't just start recruiting new units or replenishing your army. You need to first build an annexation building, essentially forcing the town's population to conform to your culture and become a proper part of your empire. That way you can start recruiting and replenishing your army. It's great little changes like these that really ups the immersion and engagement of the campaign gameplay. Speaking of cultures, with update 0.4, Imperium Surrectum starts delving into adding new cultures to the game. 17 of them, in fact, including Roman, Greek, Western and Eastern Hellenic, Thracian, Gallic, Brittonic, Celtiberian, Germanic, Dacian, Scythian, Phoenician, Libyan, Egyptian, Anatolian, Armenian, and Iranian. And this is just the start of new cultures for the mod, which together with regions and factions is limitless in the game now, so you can expect a lot more of each to be added over the next few few updates. Overall, from a campaign perspective, you can see a lot of really high quality work is being released here, from the new playable factions with their unique rosters, cultures, and start positions, to the new buildings and some new minor mechanics. The dev team have done a lot of work in just a few months, and for me, it really does make Rome Remastered a really enjoyable campaign experience. Where Imperium Surrectum really does shine, though, is the battles. Things like unit pathfinding or AI behavior will never be fixed, guys, unfortunately, so don't look for that here. But what Imperium Surrectum does so well is upgrade the graphics and textures of various battle assets like trees, grass, and town buildings, as well as, of course, upgrade the unit visuals with some fantastic looking units across every playable faction. There's been a fair bit of battle rebalancing done as well, so that missile units seem a bit more accurate, hoplites can hold on a defensive line for longer, and cavalry charges aren't as effective from a casualty point of view, but are effective from a cascading morale penalty point of view. All of these changes lead to quicker battles, but also battles that are a lot more tactical. With the unit variety, you need to really know your enemy, their strengths and their weaknesses, and you really need to know how to work the terrain on the map. What the mod does really well, though, and this is what sets it apart from Total Conquest in my opinion, is the unit visuals. A lot of work has gone into making units a lot better than the original Rome Total War, as well as the vanilla Rome Remastered across every single faction. Rome has access to dozens of units and legions. Egypt has access to Hellenic units, yay! And every new faction, from the Britannic factions to the Seleucids, have seen a pretty major roster overhaul and visual upgrade. And it makes a big difference, guys, to the gameplay. From the shield and helmet variation to the faces and facial hair, between cavalry and melee units and ranged units, there's a massive amount of visual variation, and it really does make battles come to life and make them authentic and engaging. The best part about this side of the mod, though, is that this is only scratching the surface of what the mod team are working on. In their latest dev diary, the team shared some images of the software being used to create historically accurate armor from scratch, and they just look absolutely insane. The detail of some of these textures is just so impressive and just goes to show the effort being put into making your soldiers, your armies feel realistic. Overall, Update 0.4 adds another massive brick to the foundation of what will be one of the best Total War mods ever made. I have no doubt, with expanded campaign mechanics, with hundreds of new factions, unique cultures, and thousands of new units, it will one day rival the likes of Divide and Impera for Rome 2 to provide a really engaging and fun Total War experience. And that's it for today, guys. Imperium Surrectum is one of the best overhaul mods currently available for Rome Remastered. I cannot recommend it enough, and for the last few weeks, I've been really enjoying it. I wanted to showcase this brilliant mod today and show you some of the new changes with the latest update, because I think you might too. I've dropped a link to the Steam page below, as well as the official Discord server, so get in there and try it out. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news, and consider supporting the channel by becoming a member, signing up on Patreon, or buying me a coffee. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.